Hey, what's up YouTube's Blue Golf Ball here today with another Pokemon TCG online video, and today I have for you guys a deck that was highly requested by you guys since Roaring Skies came out. It is the Articuno with 120 HP, Water-type Pokemon, 2 retreat costs, weak to Metal, and has fighting resistance since it is a flying type. What's really special about this card is the Delta Plus trait, the Ancient Trait here. If your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack from this Pokemon, you can take one more prize card, meaning if you knock out an EX, you can take 3 prizes instead of just 2. The attack here for 2 water energies and 1 colorless Tri-Edge, you flip 3 coins. If this attack does 40 damage for each heads. If you flip all 3 heads, you'll be doing 120 plus the 20 damage. And if you have a silver bangle, you can actually hit for 170, knocking out quite a few EXs out there. By no means will you be able to knock out a Mega in one shot. You're gonna have to do at least 2 hits. So this is going to be the main attacker here. We're going to be running 4 of these. And as the main supporting guy here, which is also a water type, Milotic, the 100 HP Energy Grace ability Pokemon, 2 retreat costs as well, weak to grass, has no resistance, which is a bummer. But once during your turn before your attack, you may knock out this Pokemon. If you do, attach 3 basic energy cards from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon, excluding Pokemon EX. So that means the other partner here, Keldeo, cannot have any energy grace on him. Boo-hoo, no grace for you, Keldeo EX. And by definition, grace is undeserved merit, and Keldeo is not deserving of any grace here, folks. But anyways, once during your turn before your attack, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you can switch this Pokemon with your active Pokemon. The Rush-In ability here, folks, with the Float Stone that was printed in the Plasma set. You can rush in and retreat, remove special conditions, have flexibility with your Pokemon. Pretty neat. I would say so myself. Now, that's it for the water Pokemon. Let's take a look at the other guys. We do have 1 Shaman here with setup. Just for consistency, we do have 2 Victinis here in case if one gets knocked out. It's got the ability Victory Star that makes us be able to flip again, since Articuno does this flipping kind of thing. And maybe one day we will hit a surprise attack and we flip tails and we use Victini's ability to flip again and we hit for 10. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe that'll happen. Otherwise, on to the item cards and support and whatnot. We have 2 battle compressors to get the energies into the discard pile. That way we can energy grace them right away. We have 4 dive balls. Since we have so many water Pokemon, the dive balls is amazingly convenient. Professor's Letter gets some energy into our hand that we can play right away. Sacred Ash to recycle Pokemon, and particularly the Milotic. Trainer's Mail, I definitely have this guy. This is always a staple in my decks. We have Ultra Ball, only 2 of these to get Victini or Shaman. Also can discard some energies as well. VS Seeker, 3 of these. And then for the sport line, we got Colress, 1 Lysander N, 3 of these, 1 Professor Birch's Observation, 3 Junipers, and then Rough Seas, 2 of these, really convenient for our water-type Pokemon. Floatstone, 2 of these for the Keldeo to rush in and retreat. Life Dew for the Milotic. This is going to be the ace spec of choice. That way when we knock out our Milotic, our opponent does not take a prize. So we can do that at least once to power something up, and then maybe give up another prize to power up another Articuno. Who knows? That could work very well as well. And yeah, Muscle Band, and then the Silver Bangle. We have 12 water energies. That's it for the deck. And wow, is it just me, or this is really nicely squared, huh? I mean, over here is a little bit edged, but that's alright. Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and see this deck in action on Pokemon TCG Online. All right, and we're going to be playing against Farcumber. Well, okay, let's go for heads. And yes, we will get to go first. That way we can evolve first. We're going to lead with the Articuno, and this is looking pretty good for us. I'm going to go ahead and... oh, man, this is not looking good. Let's just go ahead. We'll do this right now. Let's get the Phoebus going here. And we'll just do that right there. Let's go with the Professor Birch. And see if we flip tails. Of course we'll flip tails. We do get that right there as well. Let's get the Float Stone here. And perhaps we'll get the Keldeo. That way we can rush in and retreat. And there it is. Good thing we went first, and we'll end the turn. If anything, we should be able to use a Chillin' Sigh and hopefully put my opponent to sleep. I don't want to deal with Seismitoad whatsoever, but it's throwing me off a little bit. My opponent's playing with these sleeves here. And even with the muscle band, oh, that's really aggressive. And we even see the acro bike discarding a Juniper. My opponent now plays a computer search, discards the Lysander and a Juniper. Could go for a Shaman, and my opponent may have another supporter right there as well. And there is a Shaman, so definitely called that. My opponent drawing into a nice hand size of 6. My opponent plays a Crushing Hammer. Thank goodness it was tails. I definitely need to try to put my opponent to sleep at the very least. And down to 5 cards left. My opponent, all is left to do is I gotta wait and see for that Grenade Hammer. Nope, my opponent goes for another Ultra Ball, discarding 2 VS Seekers. Gonna go for another Shaman. And wow, my opponent really drawing through his deck. Already at 34 cards left. We are at 40. And there is a Floatstone on the Shaman. There's a Floatstone on this Shaman. I wonder what's going on with there. My opponent's probably thinning on his hand a little bit. My opponent flips heads for the Super Scoop Up. And, yeah, it looks like Shaman's going to be able to draw into some more cards, I think. Unless my opponent's going to be playing, another Ultra Ball, get another Seismitoad, and then play Shaman, something like that. Who knows? And, nope, that's it. My opponent draws into 2 more cards. Here's another Toad. And we're going to have to see, even a muscle band. All right, so thank goodness we have the Keldeo and the Floatstone right away. So, and my opponent even goes for an AZ. Wow, my goodness. And, my opponent's at 28 cards. This is insane. There is a Verbing City Gym. We can get hit for a Hypnotoxic Laser, and this is going to put a lot of pressure on us for sure. Our Keldeo can still rush in and retreat. Hopefully my opponent does not have... there's a Crushing Hammer, and it hits heads too. Oh, wow. Okay, so we need to get the Stadium so we can heal off some damage. We stay asleep. It doesn't matter. We can rush in and retreat. And let's go ahead. We'll just do this right there. Let's go with that. And... rush in and retreat. Let's see if we can put my opponent to sleep. Chilling Sigh, and my opponent flips tails. Thank goodness my opponent did not wake up from that. We buy ourselves a turn unless my opponent has the switch. And my opponent is only down at 3 cards. So we potentially could have bought ourselves a turn to use a ton of more item cards. We can definitely use a Colress right now to draw into 8. We can play the Ultra Ball, get some more, get the... my Lodic with Phoebus, and my opponent gets another, more Hypnotoxic Laser. It's okay, we got the Keldeo, we can rush in and retreat. We got another Articuno here, which is fresh, and we can continue to try. We need to get that Stadium so we can start healing, and my opponent does, we stay asleep, but that's okay. And here is the Articuno. Alright, so here we go. Let's go with the Milotic. Alright, so there's that. Could probably play the energy onto the Keldeo. And I'm going to go ahead and go with the Colress for 9 cards right here, folks. And, ooh, we even get the Life Tube. This is perfect. Let's discard some of these energies right here. Alright, so let's go ahead. We'll rush in. And we'll do the Rough Seas, activate the Stadium. And let's go for the Energy Grace. Getting 3 energy cards right here. Let's play it on to this Articuno. And then we can even Sacred Ash, perhaps. We got some more cards that we can discard. Let's get the Shaman out here. Can even play this. I'm just gonna burn it, and we'll play this. Burn it here too. Play the Shaman. Draw in some more cards. This is perfect. And let's go ahead. We'll retreat here, and let's go for the Tri-Edge. Flipping twice. Sure, why not? I'm feeling pretty gutsy here. And look at that. We got 3. Look at hitting for 140. All we need to do is hit 1 heads, and we should be able to knock out the Seismitoad in the next turn. And we're looking pretty good here. My opponent's only at 2 cards. My opponent's going to need another Shaman. And we can continue to heal off. Hopefully, well, my opponent can heal off as well. But even if my opponent heals, all we need is 2 heads. And we got 2 tries to get that. And my opponent's going to go for a VS Seeker, going for the AZ, probably picking up the Shaman. And then drawing into some more cards. My opponent must be holding something that didn't... a good reason why my opponent didn't play the VS Seeker for the Juniper. May have been this VS Seeker, or may have been this Hypnotoxic Laser. What am I talking about? I'm going crazy right now. Anyways, we see a Super Scoop Up flipping heads as well. Wow, my opponent is getting a lot of good hand. Oh my goodness, my opponent was able to scoop up this whole entire Seismitoad, and this is not looking too good for us. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have another Verpig City Gym, and even able to get the muscle band and everything going right there. For sure, we'll have to activate the stadium, heal off a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and rush in, and we'll just play this here, and I'm going to retreat into there, and yeah, let's just, I really need to deal, I have to deal with this Seismitoad at all costs, so let's go with the Tri-Edge, and you know what? Yeah, let's just flip again, and okay, it was the same thing. Good. Okay, so we hit for 100. My opponent can heal off a little bit, but we should be able to. Even if my opponent heals, we're gonna need 3 heads. We gotta get that muscle band, but we can't play muscle band since my opponent has Quaking Punch in play. And there's another Hypnotoxic Laser, and this is getting ridiculous. Well, I mean, at the very least, we can play Juniper. Oh my goodness, my opponent even plays a Team Flare Grunt, but if anything, at the very thank goodness, my opponent flipped tails. If anything, if I can get a energy, we can go ahead and finish this Seismitoad off. So for sure, we'll rush in. All right, we'll just rush in right here, and for sure, I'll just go with this. And we do get the energy. Let's go ahead. We'll heal everything off, and let's go with this right here. Let's go with the Sacred Sword. Hit for 110, and I'll take 2 prizes the hard way. And again, the Seismitoad can come to play, but we'll get 2-hit knockout here, unless my opponent has more Team Flare Grunts. We can see here my opponent's already got 1, 2, 3 VS Seekers in the discard pile. 1, 2, 3 Super Scoop Ups, all for lasers, a lot of resources, and this is why Seismitoad isn't as strong as it used to be. A lot of resources are gone, and they're practically impossible to use again. Since my opponent is playing Computer Search instead of Dowsing Machine, my opponent won't be able to get back any of those things. My opponent says some kind of smiley face or something like that over here. And all right, and my opponent is down to 2 cards. We're just gonna have to take it slow. My opponent's gonna hit us again. Won't be able to use any of our item cards. And my opponent plays an Acro Bike. Continues to dig more into his deck, and that might be. Ooh, we are down to 8 cards as well. So we gotta be watchful of that. My opponent has 17. And is actually at a really good advantage right now against us, since we can actually deck out before he does. But we do have an end. We have 2 ends for that matter, and hopefully we can buy us a couple more turns if we eventually deck out. So the Lysander brings out the Victini. My opponent will be able to knock out the Victini and take 2 prizes there. That's okay. We still have another Victini in the deck, and let's see here. Oh man, our Sacred Ash was already used, and if our other Victini is prized, then that's a bit of a bummer. But well, good news here is we can continue to heal, and let's just go for the Secret Sword, hitting for 110. My opponent can still Lysander out something else, but you know, we can just rush in. And my opponent says hello. Oh, and I'll say hello back. I wasn't sure. My opponent said something weird here, which I'm not sure what that is, but. My opponent says hello with a question mark, and I say hello in return. My opponent is at 4 cards. Let's see here. Well, can still can do tasting. So there we go. My opponent's at 5. We can get hit and continue to get locked, but without another Seismitoad on the bench, I'm feeling pretty comfortable and not too worried either. My opponent already has, looks like only one Seismitoad as well as 1 DCE in the discard pile, so that means my opponent would still have at least 2 more DCEs, and there's another one right there discarded. My opponent discarded another DCE, 4 DCEs, and 1 is on this Seismitoad, so we know for sure this Toad here is not going to get powered up anytime soon. And we do get this right here, and let's just continue to heal, no big deal, and we'll go with the Secret Sword, knocking this guy out. Our Articuno here is not doing much at all. My opponent says you should send me your list. All right. Oh, for sure. All right. Alright, you can see it on YouTube, and my opponent promotes the Shaman. We even get an Acro Bike here. My opponent will be dig in a little bit more into his deck. Who knows what that could be. We see a head ringer onto this, and my opponent plays an end. That actually helps us out. And I actually want to bring out the Articuno. Maybe we'll can get the final knockout. But anyways, my opponent conceded the match. But we're gonna go ahead and play another match here. No need to look at the stats. Let's go ahead and play one more match here on Pokemon TCG Online. Alright, and we're going to be playing against Worry Not, and it's going to be a metal, water, and colorless deck. I'm assuming that could be a metal deck with Keldeo to rush in and retreat with Shaman EX to use setup. That's my assumption. So we are in danger here, or if we're really lucky, it's Jirachi. And so maybe that's the metal, but I have a feeling this is going to be a straight metal deck. And here we go. Let's take a look at the flips, and my opponent's going to flip right here. Oh, thank goodness, it's a water deck with Jirachi. Okay, alright, so we can still use a lot of our item cards here. I'm going to go ahead and play the Trainer's Mail. Thank goodness we're not going first. If we went first, my opponent got that, we would have been item locked right away. And we see the Dive Ball, we see a Hunt Tail. So my opponent's going to be powering up the Hunt Tail for some way, somehow. Could be using Jirachi to get something like Archie's Ace in a Hole to get Blastoise out there to do a lot of water energy drops. That could be the case. But anywho, we will play the Trainer's Mail in the next turn and use as many item cards as we can, knowing that the Seismitoad will shortly lock us up. But alright, so let's go ahead. We'll just get these, thin out the deck a little bit, use the Professor's Letter. Gotta just play all these item cards. And if anything, we can try to put them to sleep too. So let's go with that. I'm going to go and get the Keldeo so we can rush in and retreat. And here's that right there. We'll play this right here. And Chilling Sigh. My opponent flips tails. Thank goodness my opponent stays asleep. My opponent can actually play Keldeo, rush in and retreat if my opponent had the Float Stone. But we gotta wait and see if my opponent does that. My opponent's got 6, 7 cards, and Worry Not here may be worried. I'm just kidding. But Keldeo can still rush in, like I said, and we can still get item locked. But it doesn't matter. We got the Professor Juniper here. Best case scenario, my opponent misses on the Float Stone and passes the turn, and I'm really hoping for that. If anything, we will need some more energies in the discard pile. We see a experience share going on to the Keldeo. Oh, that's pretty interesting. My opponent here, that's it, passes the turn. So no Float Stone on the Keldeo. Let's go with that. I'm gonna play the Juniper, and wow, what the man? What is this? This is ridiculous. Alright, well, let's just go with the Chilling Sigh, and my opponent flips tails. Oh, hopefully my opponent does not have a switch. Oh man, my opponent can still rush in and play switch. That's still a viable option. Otherwise, yeah, I really just need to get more energies. I drew into 5 energy cards. That is ridiculous. Here is an Ultra Ball discarding the Rough Seas as well as the Superior Energy Retrieval. My opponent might be getting perhaps another Seismitoad EX going, or could be going for the Jirachi. And there is the Jirachi. My opponent could go for, I don't know, maybe a Juniper or a Colress. I don't see my opponent playing the Archie's Ace in Hall. The only way I can see that is my opponent having maybe like a battle compressor or something like that to get the Blastoise away. But anyways, my opponent goes for a Skyla. Could be for the switch. All right, so we could see the switch here. Oh, we see the Float Stone, but too late. Keldeo has an experience share, so my opponent can't just rush in and retreat. So we do see the water energy drop right there. And at the very least, we will be able to, we'll be able to play item cards. And man, there's no water energies. All right, so I'm just gonna go and thin out the deck. Let's see if my opponent flips tails again. 3 tails in a row. Wow, we could have started attacking by now, but I think the best case scenario here, my opponent plays an N, thank goodness. We do get a life due, but that's kind of useless. Could play for the N. What I really need is a battle compressor, and my opponent flips tails. Wow. Man, we are so lucky. Alright, so here's the life due, and alright, so yeah, we really need to get... I'm gonna go for the N. We really need that battle compressor. Hey, there's the battle compressor. Thank goodness. Let's battle compress. Get rid of these guys right here, and there we go. Could play this right here, and all right. So let's go with the energy grace. You know what? I'm gonna put it on this guy right here. That way we don't put all. We don't have 4 on this Articuno. Let's go ahead. We'll just rush in, and. Yeah, I'm just going to retreat over here, and we'll go with the attack. Let's go with the tri-edge, and flipping again, that's for sure. We got to see if we can get 2. I'll take it. My opponent stays asleep. Oh, my goodness. All these tails. I feel so bad. My opponent should be worried. He needs to be worried by now. All these tails. There's got to be a glitch. Oh, wow. We could still get hit by a powerful storm. My opponent would be able to hit 1, 2, 3, 4. 80 damage with another DCE drop would be 120. That would be a knockout on my Articuno. But, oh my goodness, we see a maintenance. I think my opponent may be trying to chase after getting that Blastoise right now. Who knows? But as of right now, ooh, my opponent even drops an energy over there. We see a Via Seeker could go for the N. Never mind, my opponent goes for a Skyla. Maybe going for that switch. Nope, it's starting the megaphone. That's okay with me. I got a float stone here. Not a big problem. And at the very least, all I need is 1 heads. My opponent does wake up, but that's alright. So, wow, this is looking really good. We even get this Shaman here. Can draw in some more cards. We got Rough Seas, which I don't actually want to play. Yeah, so... Okay, I think we're looking pretty good. Let's just go for the tri-edge and try to knock this guy out. No need to flip again. Nope, no sir. Hitting for 100. That's a knockout. Taking 3 prizes right here. Yeah, we have another Phoebus and a Milotic here, which we can recover these energies pretty quickly. We will knock out this Huntail if my opponent knocks out the Articuno. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. It's going to be a knockout. My opponent can hit us for a powerful storm. Here is the Ultra Ball for another Huntail. But again, we'll just wipe this one out. My opponent gets a double colorless energy over here, and that's 160 on our Articuno. And I'm going to go ahead and play the Keldeo. We'll just play the Phoebus over here. And this is looking great here, folks. Let's just go for the Secret Sword. And we'll knock out this Huntail in 1 shot. Again, so if we can power up this Articuno, all we really need is we can play the Via Seeker. Ah, too late. We can't play the Via Seeker anymore. And so that's all right. Okay, so let's just go with this right here. We can. I'm just gonna go ahead and yeah, let's just go for the Secret Sword. In the next turn, though, we can actually go for the Energy Grace, and my opponent concedes the match. Alright, well, hey, this is, you know, it was 2 long matches. This one's not that long. Was it pretty long? It was like 8 minutes? I don't know. Well, here's the Articuno deck, right? We were able to hit the biggest attack, 120. We were able to take 3 prizes, knocking out that Keldeo. We got super lucky. My opponent flipped tails 7 times. My opponent kept falling asleep, couldn't wake up. So we got super lucky right there. And, well, hey, I mean, a win's a win. I'll take it. We had fun using Articuno with that Delta trait. So, hey. It was it was a good old time. Anyways, if you guys are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Post some comments below, and I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes. And you know, go ahead and grill me on that. You know, but if you're a returning subscriber, thanks so much for watching the video again and supporting this channel. Hopefully, you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Goodbye.